YouTube, it's Lena, and I'm here today to do the Dollar Tree makeup challenge. I asked you guys on Instagram if there was anything in particular video-wise you wanted to see. I gave a list of stuff that I'm planning on doing all the stuff that's on the list. It's just like, is there anything you want to see soon? And Dollar Tree makeup challenge definitely went out. So, we're doing this. I shop at the Dollar Tree regularly, so this is not as huge a deal for me, I guess, as it is for some people. Like, some of this stuff I use regularly and love. And some of this stuff, well, I've never tried before, or I know it doesn't work for me, but because the Dollar Tree is unfortunately limited in certain things like foundation, powder, concealer, I just have to make it work. So, speaking of foundation, their foundation color range sucks. And I could not find concealer or powder. Like, I am limited to one Dollar Tree right now because my other two got flooded, which is unfortunate, and I hope that they get them back up soon so that people can go back to their jobs. But because I am limited to one, what I have is what I have. And Dollar Tree, for the most part, really just does not carry primer for the eyes or the face. I know some people have been finding the Wet n Wild Fergie primer, and I know it was at my Dollar Tree before, but I guess everybody bought it up by the time I was going and looking for that kind of stuff. So I start with the eyes as far as, you know, my makeup is concerned, so I'm just going to do that. I do have a e.l.f. smudge pot. This is in Ain't That Sweet. So we're just going to be using that as something of an eye primer. Now, I know that I need to do both a regular eye primer and a colored a cream shadow of some variety to make my stuff stay in place, but I'm just working with what we got. I did find the entire collection of the new Wet n Wild brushes, and I picked up most of them. I did not pick up the smudger brush, and I did not pick up the foundation brush because I knew I would probably never use those on a regular basis. The rest of these I will use on a regular basis if they're good. I don't know about the contour brush, but we shall see. This is the small eyeshadow brush, and this is what the Ain't It Sweet looks like. So I'm just going to, and it is super creamy, like it's almost moussey. Okay, this does not want to get on my brush. So we're just gonna do it with the fingers, which I hate, but it's what I'm gonna have to work with. Now, I have a couple of these. I also got a purple one from the Dollar Tree, and I bought a blue one, I think close to when they came out. And I don't think my purple one is this moussey. And I say the purple one rather than the blue one because my blue one is trying to dry out, so I don't want to compare that. But I mean, that's just from doing two eyes. It has gone quite a bit down. And now I have glitter all over my face. Okay. So I have all of my my LA Colors trios. If you're gonna buy eyeshadow from LA Colors, these are the ones to get because the 6 pans and the white packaging are apparently not very pigmented. I've never gotten them, but I've seen other people, especially doing this challenge, trying to fool with them, and they're not pigmented at all. So I just stuck to these. And a couple of Wet n Wild singles that you'll see in a second. So what should we go with? Let's see. Okay, so we are going with Magnolia from the LA Colors trio. And because it comes with a, if I can get it open. There we go. And because it comes with a little sponge tip applicator, I'm gonna use that to at least pack the color on the lid. I'm gonna go with this peach shade first. You know, I guess I should bring you guys in a little bit at least. There we go. Now these trios are super pigmented. Are they powdery? As all get out. But if you're on a budget or you just want to pick up a bunch of colorful shades that you know you may not use very often, or you just aren't concerned about them being powdery, but because you're not going to use them a super amount, you don't want to spend a lot of money on them, these are great. Or if you're like me and you just want to apparently own every eyeshadow formula known to man. I mean, see? They're perfectly pigmented. Just, you know, powdery. We have the crease brush. That first, I am going to take what is actually going to be my contour, but because, you know, eyeshadow selection is kind of limited and I didn't want to buy anything that I was going to maybe use for one color, I have my LA Colors Powder and Tan, which, like I said, is super dark because the Dollar Tree does not have a good color selection of anything. Although if you go to like Family Dollar, they have LA Colors as well, and they have like the fuller range, but we're going to use that as a crease color. Put my mirror from now on when I do tutorials because it keeps me right here. Okay, so I'm just going to use the crease brush again, and I'm going to take this purple and I'm going to go in my outer V with it. Now, if you're trying to go for neutrals in the Dollar Tree, you may be a little out of luck. I don't know. I'm going to show you a couple of things over here that are more neutral, at least as far as these trios are concerned. Like, they have two trios that I would consider at least more neutral. This one is in Orchid, and this one is in Sunflower. So if you need something a little bit more neutral, those might be the way to go. And finally, for this trio, I'm going to take this yellowy color right here, and I'm just going to pop it in the inner corner. And now, I'm just going to take my tried and true Wet n Wild single in Creme Brulee, which, as you can see, I have pan in, so I obviously use it all the time. Take this large eyeshadow brush and pop it on the brow bone. And we are done with the eyeshadow, yay. Now, here is where we're getting experimental because I have never used this before. I literally bought it for this. This is the LA Colors Liquid Eyeliner. And not only have people, come on, focus you stupid thing. Whatever. Not only have people been having good luck with this in these, what are they called? Challenges? I know people that just use this, like, as their everyday liquid eyeliner. I am not hugely into this type of liquid eyeliner application, but we're gonna try it. It's not bad by any means. I mean, I don't know about staying power, but I'm going to try to remember to check in at the end of my day and show you guys staying power with all of this stuff. Next is another experiment. We have the Wet n Wild Mega Wear Mascara. This is the Enhance and Define. It's, you know, the dollar one that they have that they carry in the Dollar Tree sometimes. I've used the LA Colors Bold Lash Mascara before, the one in the pink and black tube. I would skip it if I were you guys, because I didn't find it to be really even worth $1. Now, this is the brush. We're gonna see what this does. I would say this is definitely more lengthening than volumizing as far as mascara is concerned. But this was literally the only thing I could find that I hadn't already tried and knew I hated it. But hey, normally I layer a lengthening and volumizing mascara if I have one. Plus, they do carry like false lashes from like Elf and Color Mates, I think. No, it's Sassy and Chic that they carry lashes from. That's what that looks like. Like I said, definitely more lengthening than anything, but it's okay. It's worth $1 as long as it doesn't, you know, smudge everywhere in like 2 hours. And finally, we're gonna do eyebrows. I couldn't find any eyebrow products, so we're working with the contour of mine again from LA Colors, which is not actually a contour, but a powder, just a dark color. I found this brush there before, so and I've had this forever. So this is the Elf small angled brush. You could usually find Elf brushes there too, at least the dollar ones. So we're just taking that. This is actually a little lighter than I normally do my eyebrows lately because with the bold hair, it helps me to do my brows bolder. Now I couldn't find any like clear brow gel or anything like that, so this is it. And I've seen disposable spoolies there before, but I did not think to look this time. I do have a little comb from Color Mates for lashes and brows, but no spoolie of any kind. So I'm just, like I said, I normally like to do my brows darker than this, but we're working with what we got. This is the Color Mates comb right here. All right, so that is the brows, and I'm gonna finally pull you guys back out. Here we go. Like I said, there are no face primers, and what I am using is the Sassy and Chic BB Beauty Cream. I already had this. I use it normally as a mixer with other BB creams. You're gonna see why in a second. That is because it is white. And I know a lot of people have been buying like, you know, mixers and stuff like that, but honestly, I didn't want to buy something that I was going to probably only use once. I try to not do that. Of course, I always suggest trying out things from the Dollar Tree because if you don't like it, you know, it was $1, you could throw it away, you could give it to somebody else, so it's not a big deal. But I'm trying to watch my money as much as I can, so I'm just gonna, oh God, now I remember why I don't like this by itself. It's so white. It's so white and it doesn't really offer much coverage. Like I said, I have no concealer, so this is it. To basically nothing. And this is something I definitely... It's not made for oily skin. It's not made for anything you actually want to cover up. Despite me wanting to save my $1, I almost wish I had at least bought something to mix it with. Blech. I mean, it literally covers up nothing. And it got caught in my scab right here, let's be honest. Like I said, I couldn't find a powder, so I'm using eyeshadow as powder. But this is basically the shade of my face, and maybe I'll actually get some real coverage with this. This is the, what is this called? Flat top brush from Wet n Wild. And I have used this for a foundation brush before, but I knew I wanted to use this as powder, my powder brush. And we're gonna see how eyeshadow works as powder. Say the eyeshadow as a face powder did not turn out half bad. Definitely made a much bigger pan in my eyeshadow. That's no big though. Where do I keep getting, I think the eyeliner is smudging or something. Eyeliner or the mascara one, because I keep ending up with black on my hands. Anyways, next is a tried and true that I do recommend. This is a Color Mates blush in Mauve Alus. I usually use this as the fall blush, but this is the $1 Tree blush that I had and would recommend. I would say skip the little LA Colors ones, because every time I buy one, it's not pigmented. And I don't know if that's just bad luck on my part or if they're not. So I'm gonna take this contour brush. Actually, no, I'm gonna save that for the, I think this will do better as a contour. So yeah, I would take the contour brush and use it for my blush. Now, I love this because it's pigmented, but not ridiculously pigmented, so I can use a darker blush like this. And if I want to layer it up, I can layer it up. Let's add some freaking color back to my face. Not super into that brush, honestly. But I mean, the only other option I had was the teeny tiny, ridiculously crap brush that comes with, you know, cheap blushes. So we ain't using that. And now, to actually get to the contour, I'm actually going to take this flat top brush and use the side of it for that. Like that right there. Actually, I learned the trick of, if you can't find a good contour shade, just get a foundation powder or some variety in a darker shade from Emily Noel. Because before, you know, contouring was the super duper popular thing, contour shades in the drugstore were kind of hard to find back in the dark ages. Now, is it a super defined contour? Not really, but this definitely works as a light contour. And I have used this before. This is something I've had for a while because I bought it in another type of Dollar Tree challenge I did with the Blushed Beauty. And we're gonna go with highlight. I actually picked up another Wet n Wild single in sugar. I picked this up ages ago, but I decided to use it for this challenge. And it's just, you know, a white. What can I place this with? None of my brushes, because they're all dirty, so I'm just going to use my finger. Got a little bit of eyeshadow in my pores, so that's not attractive, but definitely got my glow on for that. And finally, lipstick. Where'd I put it? This is an LA Colors lipstick and lip gloss duo. I like these. I owned these for ages. And this is in Flushed. So here is the lipstick. And these smell like candy to me, so that's one of the reasons why I love them. And for the sake of this tutorial, I will do the lip gloss, although I don't really like the lip glosses on here. The lipsticks are great. I am not super into the lip glosses. This is the lip gloss half. I'm just gonna put it in the middle for dimension, but that's it. So far, I am happy with the eyeshadow and the lipstick and the blush, and I'm fine with the contour. And like I said, I don't know if something is smearing all over me from the eyeliner or the mascara yet. Okay, so I decided to actually check in, but I was gonna try and wait 8 hours, but I'm at about the 6-hour mark and I'm ready to claw my face off. So I'll bring you in and we'll see how the makeup held up. I am wearing a different lipstick. I grabbed the wrong one when I needed to reapply. It is the same brand, but it is in Pleasure rather than Flushed, but there it is right there. So let's check on the face and the eyes, because that's what I still got going. Okay, well, it looks like something is smeared a little down here, but otherwise, surprisingly, the eyes held in pretty well. I mean, I need a steadier hand with that type of eyeliner, because you can see my lines are a little not straight. But I mean, with just the e.l.f. smudge pot, the eyeshadow hung in really well, and I'm kind of surprised because usually I need both. So yay for the e.l.f. smudge pot. Please ignore my hand, they're swatched to death for another video. Now, as you can see, I have basically no face makeup on. And what I do have is caked in sweat because it is 8,000 degrees outside plus humidity. So as you can see, I'm not surprised. The BB cream did not hold up at all. I already said I didn't recommend it before, and I still don't recommend it. And I honestly kind of wish I had bought something to mix with it from the Dollar Tree, even though I was like, well, I'm only going to use it once, so I don't want to buy anything like that. Anything would have helped this foundation today. I'm not surprised that I didn't stay matte, because instead of a powder, I had to use an eyeshadow, and that's not what an eyeshadow is made for. But the eyeshadow made the foundation look a little better for the camera. So that's it. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I do really appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you later. Bye!